Hey everybody, hope you're having an awesome Friday so far. Just wanted to share day number 38 with all of you today. The assignment is quite simple actually, and it's going to create a lot of engagement. And again, if you are working the 90 days and you have not caught up to today, don't worry about it. Just continue going from the day that you're seeing a session. Don't worry about going back, because these dares, these assignments can always go back to down the road. I always like to stay focused in the moment and not get overwhelmed with all the stuff, especially when you are behind. Okay, I know that for us, we've got lots of stuff going on in the business. We've got a new international market opening. There's lots of things that are exciting going on, and it's easy to get sidetracked. So I just want you to know that start where you are and do everything you can to stay focused on moving forward for the rest of the 90 days. If you get off balance a bit, don't beat yourself up. Continue, okay? I don't want to see anybody overwhelmed with this. The whole point of this 90-day program is to get more comfortable on social media, is to be able to get more engagement, more connections, and of course, more new business. So do whatever it takes at the hours that you can put into this, and make sure that the hours that you put in on social media are productive and you're not just scrolling, just wasting your time doing nothing. Okay, so the assignment, first of all, it was an interview. It seems like every Friday I'm getting the ones that are the interview process, which are the pretty well the simple ones. And there was a lady by the name of Afnan Khalifa, and she was basically talking about her story. Coming from Saudi Arabia, how women are silenced, and coming to Canada, and she was kind of telling her story about all of this. And the dare that she put out to people is to create on social media in your platforms, is to create a controversial conversation with people. Ask questions on conversations that can continue. And people, everybody wants to be heard. Everybody has an opinion about everything. So it just creates a lot of energy in that one particular post. People are going to comment back and forth, and you're going to create some engagement through the process by getting involved and even just listening to people go back and forth. And you're going to learn a ton, actually. So one of the examples that they put out there was for a dare for one of the questions, and make sure that it's not a yes or no question, because it won't go far. So you want to create something that's going to create engagement and conversation. I wrote down a couple on my own, but they put out there, do you think entrepreneurship or a 9 to 5 is better, and why? That's a really great question. So, people are going to go back and forth on their opinions of what they think is better and why they think it's better. Okay. And make sure that you're engaging in the process to keep the flow of the conversation going. The one thing you don't want to do is to create conflict within the group. Always respect people's opinions, but at the same time, you could always message them and have conversations deeper in that. So yeah, so that's one of them. And then one of the things that they recommended, again, they keep bringing that up, the Chat GPT. I know it took me a while to be able to get my own login. So if you're trying, don't give up. Keep trying so that you can get your membership, your free membership, and then just start asking questions. So I went in and I asked the questions about what are some good controversial questions around entrepreneurship. So a bunch of things came up. There were 7 things came up, but I'm just going to kind of throw out a couple of them to give ideas to you, because we really want you to do the research and go out and find stuff yourself through Google, through the Chat GPT, even asking people around you, what's a great controversial question that I could ask to create engagement in my platform that has to do with business, that has to do with whatever your interests are too, because conversations through that, you can build relationships that can lead into business down the road, or health, or whatever it is. So that's a really good one. Do you think entrepreneurship or 9 to 5 is better, and why? There was another one here. It says, how much personal sacrifice should entrepreneurs be willing to make in pursuit of success, and why? You know, you could put stuff out like that. What is the best balance between innovation and caution in terms of entrepreneurship, and why? Their opinion, right? So you want to keep them all engaged in the process. And I even put a couple out here myself, because I tend to talk a lot about the importance. I'm really branding healthy entrepreneurship because it brings conversation to business, and it brings conversations to health. So I'm always branding that in everything that I do. You could ask things like, for example, I meal plan, right? So I could ask things like, uh, do you meal plan as an entrepreneur, and why? Like things like that. You could ask questions like that. Do you think having a stronger immune system is better going into aging, and why? That's another one you could put out there. Do you think taking a pre-workout drink for performance at the gym for sports is better, and why? So start writing down some things, because that's what I was doing actually. Writing down some things that you could put out there to use for questions, and help your team members too, because there's people that are really, really new on the platform, and you might have a little bit more experience. And it's not about competition, it's about collaboration and helping your team members. So getting on those Zoom sessions, kind of work strategies with them as you're doing this 90-day. I know I'm doing stuff like that. And we're just coming up with bigger ideas and better things that we can apply through social media, and then we're just watching each other and seeing what each other's doing, so that we can either copycat. Remember, a copycat, even if you copycat something, everybody has a different, unique perspective and a different, unique personality. So when you're doing lives, this is a good way to do a live too, right? Or a reel. You could do it through a reel. People get to know you, get to read your body language, get to know you as a person, see your uniqueness. And the whole thing is that engagement, because when you create that engagement, it opens up opportunity for you to connect with people. And once you connect with them on a personal level, then it's like, hey, why don't we catch up on a Zoom chat? I do this all the time, by the way. Hey, why don't we catch up on a Zoom chat? I really love to get to know you more and see how we can benefit each other, especially when it comes to business and stuff like that. And then we just kind of go back and forth and get to know each other. And next thing you know, they're either a customer or a business partner. And if they're not that, then they will want more information, or they may think of somebody that they know that could really have an interest in something like this, referral marketing, right? So that's how you build up those strong relationships. So it's just to do this, like, you don't want to ask questions all the time. This has got to be part of your formula, where you're going to throw in a question here and there that's going to trigger conversation, engagement. All right. So that's it. Happy Friday to all of you. I hope you have a fabulous weekend. Do spend the time over the weekend to do posts, even if you don't get as much engagement. Work your content, do stuff that's going to get you more engagement next week, during the week. I like to do some of my content creation. I take Sundays off. I like to do some of it on Sundays, just to sit and relax and do it. And even on evenings that I'm not so busy, because it's too late to really connect with people, that's when I'm going to spend time doing it. But spend the time working and thinking your strategy around your content, around your questions, and you'll see this is going to blow up. You're going to get those engagements, some of these posts, some of these reels, some of these lives that are going to blow up in such a positive way that that you'll want to do more of it. All right. So I know we're starting to get traction. And why? It's because Chris and I are more engaged on the platform, and we're more engaged doing lives. Okay, so that's what you want to do to build your audience. All righty, have a fabulous weekend, everybody. Bye for now. I can't seem to get out here. Wait, finish. Sorry, guys.